Good morning students. To pass the first year PU and join to the second year PU. So first I will introduce your syllabus. First chapter, typical configuration of computer system. First chapter, typical configuration of computer system. So, and then second chapter, Boolean algebra. Second chapter, Boolean algebra. Third chapter, logic gates. Third chapter, logic gates. And fourth chapter, data structures. Fourth chapter, data structures. First chapter, typical configuration of computer system. Second chapter, Boolean algebra. Third chapter, logic gates. Fourth chapter, data structures. And fifth chapter, review of C++ for in first year, previous year concept. And next chapter, OOPS concepts. And seventh chapter, classes and object. And next chapter, function overloading. And then next chapter, constructor and destructor. And then inheritance. And then pointers. And then data file handling. And then database concept, DBMS, database management system. And then SQL, structured query language commands. And then next chapter, networking concept. And then next chapter, internet and open source concept. And then last chapter, web design. Okay, the concept hardware. Hardware is a physical components such as keyboard, monitor, printer, mouse, etc. So it is very important concept. So hardware is a nothing but a physical components. Hardware is a physical components like keyboard, mouse, printer, etc. So and then the next concept, software. Software is a set of instructions or programs. Software is a set of instructions or programs is called software. Hardware is a physical components such as keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, etc. Software is a set of instructions or programs is called software. And then data. Data means it is a collection of raw facts. What is data? So data is a collection of raw facts. So later on it will be discussed in this concept, in database concept. How it will be the data, what is data, give an example. So everything will be later on the database concept. So the next concept, block diagram of computer. So in main four components is a main four components of block diagram in CPU. So in first the component, input unit. So input unit, it accepts the data from the user and convert it into a form such as understandable by the computer. What is input unit? It accepts the data from the user. It accepts data from the user and it converts it into forms such as understandable by the computer. So example, keyboard, mouse, scanner, etc. So totally should be two major components it will be using for in input unit, keyboard and mouse. Scanner, OMR, OCR, MICR, joystick, trackball, barcode reader, digital camera. So example for the input unit. So it should be only two example. It should be enough for your So example for the input unit, keyboard and mouse. So what is input unit? So it accepts the data from the user and converts it into forms such as understandable by the computer. So is called input unit. So example, keyboard and mouse. And then CPU. In CPU, controls, coordinates and supervises of the computer. Okay, CPU controls, coordinates and supervises of the computer. So there are three components of the CPU. First one is ALU, CU and MU. First one is ALU. ALU means arithmetic and logic unit. CU means control unit and MU means memory unit. And then third one is registers and fourth one is output unit. So first you want to ALU, arithmetic and logic unit. It calculates arithmetic and all arithmetic and logical operations on the computer system. Arithmetic operations and logical operations. It will be input the data on the user. It should be the process on the your CPU. And then CU, so means control unit. It controls all operations of the computer. It controls the all operations of the computer. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರಲ್ಲೇ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಡೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಡೇಟಾನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆದರೂ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್, ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ನೀಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸೊ ALU ಆಯಿತು, CU ಆಯಿತು, ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸೊ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಸ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ in permanently or it will be the temporarily. So and then registers. So in registers you want to store the data in temporarily and also speed of the memory of the computer. So registers are high speed memory and it stores the data temporarily. So ee taranu helಬಹುದು. So and last one is output unit. So after the processing to display the result, after the processing to display the result on printer, or it will be the print on the printer, or it will be the display on the monitor. Okay, output unit after the processing to display on monitor, or it will be print on the paper. So normally the two commonly it will be output devices, so monitor, printer, and also other one is speaker. So for the listen for the music, listen purpose to use the speaker for the music. Okay, listen purpose to use the music. Okay, so these are these concepts we are using for in C block diagram of computer. So and then the next concept should be motherboard. So the next process should be continue in this concept motherboard.